Welcome to Dividends, everyone. It's the show for and about your College of Business, and today we're going to show you your idea shop. We're in beautiful downtown Stark, Vegas. It's a gorgeous fall afternoon. Let's go inside and take a look. So the idea shop is a place where folks can come and they can learn and they can create and they can be a part of workshops and interact, and there's some socialization going on in here as well. So we'll start here, and this is sort of the retail part of the idea shop. You can come in here and actually shop. Great place to come get some Christmas presents. We made this table, obviously the state of Mississippi, and this was all manufactured here in the idea shop. We have things such as keychains. Here's a Bulldog keychain. I guess it could be a tie holder if anybody wears ties anymore. You can even come in and get coffee, and yes, we actually made the coffee here. Madison Grant is one of our student workers who also has her own coffee roasting business, and she has a commercial grade coffee roaster in the back of the shop. And she has clients that include grocery stores, Old Waverly Golf Course. Very, very proud of her and what she has done. We also give you the opportunity to make things. On Tuesday nights, we do things with electronics and circuitry. You can come in and do that with the kids, with the family. And on Thursdays, we do woodworking. And recently we had a workshop where you made your own big wooden bowl. And a few weeks ago, we also made pens. These are hand-turned pens. And you could come in and make your own beautiful pen. So we have these workshops at a nominal cost, and if you just want to come in here and do your own thing, you can get a membership, and it can be a day pass for $10 if you just have one quick thing you want to make, or if you are a serial woodworker or a serial entrepreneur or a creative person, you can get a monthly membership, and it's only $25 a month to have access to all of these 3D printers, CNC machines, computers, engravers, and woodworking equipment. And it gets cheaper depending on what type of access you want, or if you're a student, alumni, military. Anyway, we've got a plan. It's kind of like your phone. We've got a plan just for you, right? And I mentioned 3D printing. We have lots of things that we have printed. So if you come to Stark Vegas for a visit, you can pop in and pick something out. And if it's small enough, we can go and print it while you shop downtown and come back and pick it up and take it home. And that's always fun. We also have toys for games, and these are all education-based. Some of them pretty simple, some of them fairly sophisticated. And again, we just want to challenge young minds to think. And we bring them in here, and we'll do STEM activities. We had kids in here making robots out of toothbrushes. And sometimes we do things just for fun. Recently we had over 60 kids, some of them with Halloween costumes in here, painting pumpkins with mom and dad, and that's a lot of fun. And we're trying to do more and more of that as well. Back here is where we do a lot of the work. This is sort of where we can get messy, get some paint on the floor. We have 3D printers. We have something. Man, what are we making here?
That's for some camera equipment to go into a telephone case.
All right, so that's camera equipment, if you didn't hear that. And then we come down here, we have an engraver. So you could come in and make some nice Mississippi State coasters. We recently had a session for Father's Day where kids came in and made coasters for Dad, and my daughter made me several Martin guitar coasters, and I'm a big guitar fan, so I was surprised and just tickled that she knew what Dad would like, right? And speaking of guitars, we're in the midst of a really cool workshop. 9 lucky high schoolers were chosen to make their very own electric guitar, Les Paul style electric guitar. And this is the one we're making in the shop just to make sure we can do it right. And the kids come in and they have to do some basic woodworking, wood finishing. There's some soldering that goes on in the back with the pots that are connected to the pickups. So they get a little bit of electronics, a little bit of woodworking, but they also have to be able to play. So we're going to throw the arts in on top of this. We're going to rehearse and have a public jam session with a food truck right downtown on Main Street. And that's going to be a lot of fun. I guess, again, it reflects sort of the mission of the Idea Center to get the community involved. And we thank our partners for that, one of them being the iconic world-famous Gibson guitars have pitched in to help us with that, and we're real excited about that. One more section of the idea shop, and that's the woodworking area. I'm really not allowed back into this part of it. My wife doesn't let me around power tools, but as long as you don't say anything, we'll be all right. So this is it. This is where we have really good woodworking equipment. We've got lots and lots of sharp, powerful saws, which is why I'm not back here. And if you've got a big woodworking project, you want to make a bookcase or a desk or something even small. We've had folks make baseball bats or those little pens we were talking about. You can come back here and have at it, and then leave the mess to us, right? So you can do this, come in for a day, you can have a monthly pass, whatever you need to do, we'll help you create it. And we have experts, not me, but like Landon Casey and then his crew that will help you get it all together. So you might ask why we do this. And what we wanted to do was take some of the successful concepts we had at the E-Center, and this is a makerspace, is what they're called, and see what would happen if we pushed it out to the public. And we have been overwhelmed with the response from little kids all the way up to retirees who have found a home here to be creative and to make things. Mississippi State is a land-grant institution, and part of the mission of a land grant is to give what you can back to the people of the great state of Mississippi, and that's what the Idea Shop's all about. We're going to take a break. We'll be back in just a moment.
So you have an idea. It's exciting, it's original, it's genius, and you think it could be the next big thing. But how do you turn this idea into reality? At the Entrepreneurship Center, we will guide you through every step of the entrepreneurial process and help along the way, from developing and enhancing your idea to building your product and bringing it to market. Our programs will help refine your idea and connect you with other creative individuals. You can collaborate with students and discover their brilliant ideas, learn from expert faculty and accomplished business leaders, and even receive money to expand your venture and start your own company. Whether your idea is a revolutionary product, app, or service, we can help. The Entrepreneurship Center at Mississippi State University. From invention to innovation, it starts here.
Welcome back, everyone. My next guest is Erik Markin. He is the one of the newest faculty members in the College of Business. He's actually in our management program, and we want you to get to know him. So we'll chat with Erik. Erik, how you doing today?
Just fine, sir. How are you?
Good. Why Mississippi State? And I say that because you're coming from Ole Miss, and sometimes the two don't mix. So what intrigued you about joining us here in the College of Business?
Yeah, that's a good question. Really, it's a multi-level answer. We've had enough experience with Mississippi that we were comfortable with the state. And having come from a small college town in Tennessee, about half the size of Starkville, Mississippi really, especially Starkville, felt like home. And, it was a really friendly place on the visit. People waving in the windshield and stuff, that sort of struck a chord with us. And, I didn't have to ditch this accent of mine, which was really handy. And but as far as Mississippi State, the university, and the college itself, there was this family culture really rung true with me and my family. And, we felt really comfortable here. Let's see, the department itself was really intriguing. There's a laundry list of world-class researchers here that study entrepreneurship, family business, and franchising, all things that I'm interested in. And actually, I was bringing the franchising bit as a sort of a value add here. So it felt really good and comfortable. And this group of people are amazing. Even as just, individuals and human beings. They're very collegial, very friendly, very welcoming. So we've felt a part of the university, college, and department almost since day one.
Well, now you keep saying family, so tell us a bit about your family, because I know you've got several young children. You all came to the pumpkin painting we had at the Idea Shop. Tell us a bit about your family, because this, at the end of the day, this was a family decision.
Absolutely, yeah. So I've got three little boys under the age of 8. Actually, I've got one that is 8, one that's 5, and one that's 10 months old. So, they're everything to us, and they've certainly weighed in on our decision to, of a place to put down roots and to call home. And Starkville was certainly wonderful for that. We enjoy fishing and things like that, and all the normal stuff. And there's lots of outdoor opportunities for us here.
So you and I are going to be working together on a class, a capstone consulting class with MBA students. And we talked earlier before we came on the air that one of those is a client who has a video gaming lounge, and she is interested in franchising that. Can you talk a bit about, we've had some conversations about what that class is going to look like and how we might be able to help businesses around the state with those consulting classes. What are some of the things we might be doing with them?
Yeah, so really what we're going to do is it's a great opportunity, to learn more about local entrepreneurship and regional entrepreneurship, just from a problem perspective. And, a lot of times business owners may not know exactly what problem and how clear of the problem is for them. And so really what I'm hoping to do through this class and through the help of our MBA students is to really get down to the root cause of, potential issues for local entrepreneurs, and see if we can offer a list of implementable solutions that make sense to help them grow their business, or whatever, depending on their aspirations, what it is that they want to try and attempt to do, whether it's actually start up, seeing if franchising is the proper model for them to go through, for their growth strategy, or whatever else it is. Where is a better market for them? How better to run the business that they're currently running.
Well, Erik, I look forward to working with that on you, and we're all excited about having you here at Mississippi State. So thanks for taking the time to check in with us today. That's going to do it for this edition of Dividends, folks. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.